Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Wait, let me turn on the music. Where's my music? Hold up. Am I? Oh, there we go. There we go. Hi, Beetle. Hi, Sire. Hi. How are you guys doing? And it's so warm now. I kind of regret not grabbing my ice pack, but I have water. But yes, this time it's just going to be a nice little simple read through of some Wikipedia articles that I actually Googled. These are actually things that I Googled in the last week or so. First things first, this thing, the Crooked Spire, okay? I was watching a crime documentary, and by watching, I mean I was listening to it while I was like, I think I was like playing Cookie Run Crumble. But while I was playing some Cookie Run Crumble, I was listening to a crime documentary, and I just so happened to look up, and I saw this. I saw this image. Hold on. The Crooked Spire of Chesterfield. And it's been on my mind. Like, look at this, okay? Let me tell you, the real crime is whatever's happening here. The problem is, like, I was looking it up, and crooked spires are a thing, right? Is a tower showing a twist or a deviation from the vertical. So, like, I was expecting crooked spires to just be this, you know? Like, it's just a little bit twirly. But then I saw this, which is, like, one side is, like, straight and the other side's leaning, and it's twirly. I didn't know this thing existed. So when I saw this on the crime documentary, I was like, hold on, pause. What am I seeing here? And so I Googled it, right? It is this one. It is on the Church of St. Mary and All Saints in Chesterfield. And the part that made me laugh was this part right here about why the spire is like this. The spire was added in 1362. Its top is 228 feet, 69 meters above ground. It is both twisted and leaning. I think that's the part that interested me, because I feel like anytime I see crooked spires, they're always just twisting. The 45-degree twist causes the tip to lean 9 foot 6 inches off the center. Okay, this part made me laugh. The reason is uncertain and still debated. Suggestions include lack of skilled workers because of the Black Death, which occurred as much of the church was being built. The use of insufficient cross bracing and green timber, unseasoned timber, and also the 17th century addition of 33 tons of lead sheeting. And then another theory is, the sunlight is heating the south side and causing the lead there to expand at a greater rate. And then, where was it? And then as I scrolled down, where was it? Another reason was the devil. That part, it's like a bunch of different sciencey, like socio-economic reasons. And then you have the devil. Yes. I love reading like local myths. So there are local folk legends as to why the spire is twisted, mostly involving the devil. In one, a Bolsover blacksmith misshod a hoof of the devil, who leapt over the spire in pain and angrily kicked it out of shape. Another states that the devil was resting on the spire when the smell of incense wafting from inside the church made the devil sneeze so violently that it caused the spire to warp. I love that. How big are the devils in, I think this is the UK. How big are the devils in the UK? The fact that, he kicked the spire, that's why it's leaning. Or he sneezed, and that's why, like... A similar story has the devil flying from Nottingham to Sheffield and stopping for rest atop the church, its tail wrapped around the spire, but the ringing of the church bell startled the devil, and on leaping away, its lashing tail twisted the spire. Another myth suggested that the spire, so captivated by the beauty of a bride, leant down for a closer look, but became locked in a twisted position. While the more mocking version has the church being so surprised at a virgin being married, whether groom or bride, that its spire turned to look at the betrothed, becoming stuck. But that should another virgin ever marry in the church, the spire will return to true again. Oh my god. That's so ridiculous. I love it. But yes, the spire is open to public via organized tours. I wonder how much that costs. Those type of folk stories are cool. They are! Careful. Okay. You know what? You know what? I'm not gonna take that risk. Hi, Nick. The Jersey Devil? What's the Jersey Devil, actually? Hearing some Filipino ones from your mom. I love folk legends. Like, they're even more interesting than like major legends, in my opinion. I love it when they take like something small and then they'll make it their own. Like, see, I was expecting something like this for like a cricket spire, but no, that one was like leaning as well. I was like, the real crime is whoever designed the spire. Like, look at it. It's so witchy. The fact that this is on top of a church, I can see why they think that it's because of the devil. Oh, it's a free attraction. I don't know. I saw that someone on Reddit said that this spire is actually not attached to the church and that it's only there held on by like the weight of the tower itself. I don't know if that's true. If it is, one earthquake and I don't want to be over there. It's some devil from New Jersey. Hold on. Jersey Devil. In South Jersey and Philadelphia folklore in the States, the Jersey Devil, also known as the Leeds Devil, is a legendary creature or cryptid said to inhabit the forests of the New Jersey Pine Barrens in South Jersey. Bipedal, kangaroo-like or wyvern-like creature with horse or goat-like head. Ooh, okay, origin of the legend. Mother Leeds' 13th child. The popular legend of the Jersey Devil or Leeds Devil is dated variously, and it's almost invariably attached to the pines. The devil's mother is usually a woman named Leeds or Mother Leeds, but other names such as the Shords have occasionally been forwarded. 1735, a woman named Leeds had 12 children, and after discovering she was pregnant for the 13th time, cursed the child in frustration, declaring, "Let the child be the devil." The child, though born normally, immediately grew wings, tails, and claws after birth and flew out to the... Oh my god. With a mother like that, who needs enemies? But also, what kind of mother goes like, "Oh, I wish my child was the devil"? According to some, the child transformed into a creature with hooves, a goat's head, bat wings, and forked tail. Growling and screaming, the child beat everyone with his tail before climbing up the chimney and heading into the pines. In some versions, Mother Leeds was supposedly a witch and the child's father was the devil itself. Okay, I feel like that one kind of makes more... I feel like that one makes, in a weird way, makes more sense than if she was just a woman. And then reported sightings. Hoaxes, cultural relevance. The board game Fearsome Wilderness. Never heard of that. Average New Jerseyan experience. Is it? I don't know. What are some Jersey stereotypes? You know, like how Texas is all cowboys and I don't know, Los Angeles is all influencer. What's Jersey? Okay, and speaking of Texas, right? I learned about the Mexia supermarket recently. You slept at a hotel there, it was like that. You purge your... It wasn't that bad that you had to purge your memory. Okay. Again, I was watching a video and they mentioned Mexia supermarket. And I thought... I was surprised that I never heard about this. This type of things I find really interesting. TLDR, you know, supermarket went bankrupt. The owners just basically abandoned the shop as it was, leaving all the food and everything there. A Mexican grocery store in the Rosemont neighborhood of Fort Worth, Texas, United States. The business gained notoriety when it was abandoned without notice in mid-1999, fully stocked with perishables. Its electricity was cut sometime afterward, which left the contents to further decompose until the odor and infestation became a public health concern. The cleanup was a costly and biohazardous operation. I'm just curious, right? What happened to the owners after that? Like, I read this entire article and I don't know what happened to the owners. What happened to the owners of Mexia? Like, anytime they talk about it, anytime I was like doing some search on it, I can't figure out what happened after. You've never seen that supermarket? I should hope not. I think they got rid of it immediately. Okay, let's read this. Background: the traditionally decorated 36,000 square foot, 3.3 thousand square meter rectangular building at 3900 Hempt Hill Street was constructed for Danel's Food Stores, a small Mexican grocery and restaurant chain headquartered in nearby Dallas. It was the largest ethnic supermarket in the area upon its opening in the late 1987. As Danel's, this location had been the scene of an attempted armed robbery turned homicide on May 30th, 1994, in which 19-year-old manager Eduardo Lopez and an unnamed assistant manager were approached by two unidentified men and forced to re-enter the store at gunpoint. Lopez would be shot twice after turning to face the assailants as he directed the manager to the office. The assistant manager was unable to open the store safe. The pair would attempt to lock him inside a storage freezer and fled on foot. Due to the freezer's latch not engaging, he would escape unharmed and notify emergency services. Lopez would succumb to his injuries, and Danel's was forced to pay $500,000 to Lopez's family. Oof. And then, okay, Mexia. Oh, that's north of you. That's kind of terrifying. Oops, let me get rid of this. Is this too small? Do you guys want me to zoom in a little bit? I can zoom in a little bit. Hold up. There. You might be able to read this a little better. Okay, as Mexia. Mexia Supermarket was established by blah 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 blah, owned by Deng Chang and Kang Song. The shop opened as Mexia on or before October 5th, 1998. Oh, the business was not remodeled, save for a new sign with references to Danel's still present on painted window advertisement until its closure. Due to poor profits and a debt of approximately $1.14 million, the shop closed and the owners began to default on their loan payments. As early as June? You guys didn't even make it half a year? Okay. Who's Strange? Oh my god! Their lawyer was Stephen Strange. Strange asserted that he had called the bank lawyers to inform them of a bankruptcy and that the store had closed and he had been given the keys. The Star Telegram quoted him as saying that the bank or the trustee would generally take steps to dispose of the property inside the building. In this case, however, they did not. He said, "I can't really tell you what happened. Apparently, the electric company turned off the electricity on October 18th, and obviously, no one had done anything about it then." Other sources question when the power went out. This guy was quoted, Brian Warner, director of the Fort Worth Department of Environmental Management, was quoted as saying 60 to 90 days ago, the guy flipped the breaker, locked the doors, and walked away. Due to these apparent communication failures, all unsold product remained in the store after its abandonment. The electricity was then cut, resulting in these unrefrigerated, expiring goods subsequently to rot, attracting numerous pest species like flies, cockroaches, and rats. Had the situation been managed as Strange described, the food would have gone to food bank. Oh, that's good to know. I read this and I actually didn't take that part in. But it's good to know that if a shop goes like out of business, all the food will still be donated. I guess that is interesting. On October 20th, the residents began to complain of a foul odor. One told the Dallas Morning News that I got a headache just from walking by it. A housekeeper at the nearby university said, "It's strong, especially when the wind is blowing. I told my husband several times that something smelled awful. Something smelled like dead animals. Then one day I walked over there and there were flies all over it. It was gross." I feel like whenever I'm watching like a crime show, they're always like, "Oh, you can't mistaken the smell of like decomposition." I'm like, how do so many people know what the smell of decomposition smells like? Hi, Sugar. I'm doing well. Tired. EP. How about you? Nah, foul odor coming from animatronics. It's pretty unmistakable. I hope I never have to smell it because it's gross. I don't even want to. It's the same as rotten eggs. I guess I'm pretty lucky that I've never had to smell rotting eggs. Smell from roadkill? I've seen roadkill, but I've only really seen roadkill or like dead birds or whatever long after the smell has dissipated, I think. On October 27th, the city discovered that the property was in bankruptcy and had been transferred to a bankruptcy trustee. Comerica Bank Texas told the city that they hired a contractor to assess the store and began cleaning by November 2nd. When the contractor, A-plus budget movers, arrived at the store, it became clear that the company was not qualified to handle the situation. On November 4th, the bank told the city it was not the legal owner of the property and was not responsible for the cleanup. It also reported that 2 teenagers had broken into the property before the cleanup who were arrested when caught. More than a week later, the Fort Worth Health Department declared the store a health hazard and the city began preparing to clean it up. Borner said, "We have flies, rats, and other things living in it. It's not so much the animals, but the potential diseases they carry. I've been in this business for 14 years. This is the first I've heard of this. You think of what has been there for 90 days. Produce, dairy, meat, it's kind of hard to comprehend. The building was fumigated. The cleaning was to begin. However, it was postponed until the following day to collect federally required indoor air samples for analysis and to ensure workers' safety." That's kind of important. Ew, the diseases that festered in the store included E. coli, which city spokesperson said abundant, active, and growing. Dangerous gases and low levels of oxygen. Okay, so I first heard this from... Actually, let me see if I can remember. Let me see if I remember who I was watching. I think I was watching Rob's Media. I was watching Rob's Media on YouTube. His video, The Biological Horrors Behind Mexia Supermarket. I think he basically said that there's a lot of lost footage because back then the cameras weren't really good, and due to, what is it, like the humidity and everything, a lot of like the footage actually got corrupted and everything. So there's actually, because when they went in, they were filming everything, you know, documenting what was going on. It looked really gross. But a lot of the footage is actually missing. And you know it's missing because you could see someone filming a section of the store, but then they never found that footage type of situation. Workers used loaders and shovels to collect rotten food and any resulting liquid material from the store, which they then transferred to large sealed trash containers. Workers were relieved to find that most of the perishable items had been packaged in plastic or other packaging, making cleanup easier than expected. No cuts of meat were left hanging as initially feared. By November 23rd, all food products were removed from the building. And despite everything, the sanitation of the building was not completed until November 30th. Initial cost of cleanup was estimated as $10,000. Last week they were saying costs were accruing between $5K and $8K a day. The city maintains that someone will pay for the cleanup, which is estimated to be in the tens of thousands of dollars, or the city will place a lien on the property. Yeah, those canned goods were covered in bacteria. Even if we went in there, got through the cleaning process, there's no way they could sanitize them and guarantee someone could. Yeah, I'm glad that they decided not to resell those items. After a short period of vacancy, the property was bought by a supermarket chain spanning Oklahoma and Texas named Terry Smart in 2005. After a few years of ownership, Terry Smart then changed to Terry's El Mariachi Market, left the property, resulting in a vacancy. Oh my goodness, another vacancy. Supermarket was sold to Cross Family Trust. Oh, and then became a Dollar General and an auto parts store. Oh, and then it closed. Oh my god, I feel like this piece of property is just not good. It just keeps opening a store there and it keeps shutting down. But yeah, I never really I never thought about that. Like, if humanity ceased to exist, what would happen to all the food? It would be so gross. Another reason why I don't want to live through the apocalypse. Just saying. So that's Mexia Supermarket. I thought that was really interesting. Well, it wouldn't be most people's problem. It would be whoever still lived, and therefore not me. Kind of gross, but I thought that was really interesting. No one to upkeep electricity. Yeah, I mean, you would hope. I guess you would. I don't know. I was gonna say you would hope the animals would get to it, but would we really? Because like, even though it was just a couple of months, the bacteria and everything that grew, like the E. coli and everything. Bleh. I just wish I knew what happened to the owners of Mexia, because I thought that maybe the owners of Mexia would have would be like liable for some of it. But if they did everything properly, you know, like they declared bankruptcy, they made it all basically the bank and the trustees' problem, then I guess they can't be held liable. What did I say his name was? Rob something. Yeah, Rob's Media. So I was watching this video, I think. So if you guys are in... No, not this one. Rob something. This guy, Rob's Media. I was watching his video. As you can see, I got through like... I got through most of it. I don't know. And then I had to stop and actually Google it because Thank you, Mr. Rob's Media. Very cool. Anyways, on a more lighthearted note, do you guys know about the tree that owns itself? I feel like I mentioned this before, but I thought it was really interesting. Only insects would be eating it, probably. I guess so, but you know, insects eating it. Bleh. Isn't that how bacteria? I mean, I guess bacteria. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know anything about bacteria and stuff. I'm not a... What's the people who study like bacterial infections and stuff? I don't know. But anyways, the tree that owns itself. I was so tickled pink by this article when I first learned about this tree. The tree that owns it has its own, like, I think you can search it up on maps, I think. Hold up. Let me see if I can find it. Wait, are there two? Wait, there are two? One of them's in Alabama and one of them's in Atlanta? Or Athens? Wait, what? Alabama and... Where's this? Athens. Wait, why are they... Why are there two? Okay, well, the one that has the Wikipedia article is the one in... Alright. I guess there is two. Tree that owns itself and tree that owns itself in Alabama. The tree that owns itself is a white oak tree that, according to legend, has legal ownership of itself and of all land within 8 feet of its base. Also known as the Jackson Oak, the tree is in the corner of South Finley and Gearing Street in Athens, Georgia. The original tree, thought to have started life between the mid-16th and late 18th century, fell in 1942, but a new tree has grown from one of its acorns and planted in the same location. The current tree is sometimes referred to as the son of the tree that owns itself. That's so cute. The earliest known telling of the tree's story comes from Deeded to Itself, a front-page article in the Athens Weekly Banner in 1890. The article explains that the tree had been located on the property of Colonel William Henry Jackson. William Jackson was the son of James Jackson, a soldier in the American Revolutionary, as well as a congressman, U.S. senator, governor of Georgia, and the father of another James Jackson. I always find it so funny whenever people name their kids like James Jackson Jr., James Jackson II, James Jackson III, James Jackson Jr. Jr., Jr. 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 The junior cycle. William Jackson was reportedly a professor at the University of Georgia and sometimes mentioned with the title of doctor. The nature of his military service and the source of the title colonel are unknown. Jackson supposedly cherished childhood memories of the tree and, desiring to protect it, deeded to it the ownership of itself and its surrounding land. By various accounts, the transaction took place between 1820 and 1832. According to the newspaper article, the deed read, I, W.H. Jackson, of the county of Clark, of the one part, and the oak tree of the county of Clark, and the other part, witnesses that the said W.H. Jackson for in consideration of the great affection which he bears said tree, and his great desire to see it protected has conveyed, and by these presents do convey unto said oak tree entire possession of itself and of all land within 8 feet of it all sides. Oh, that's so cute. Most writers acknowledge that the deed is lost or no longer exists, if in fact it ever did exist. Such a deed would have no legal effect. Under common law, the recipient of a piece of property must have the legal capacity to receive it. I don't know. Have they never like met an ant or something? I say. Apparently there are multiple. There are multiple trees. Yeah, okay, this part makes me smile so much. The tree, the son of the tree that owns itself. After the original tree's demise, a small plot sat vacant for 4 years. Dan McGill, the young son of Athens Junior Ladies Garden Club member Elizabeth McGill, suggested that his mother's club find a replacement for the tree. Several Athenians had cultivated seedlings from the acorn of the original tree. One growing in the yard of Captain Jack Watson at 5 feet in height was deemed the best candidate for transplantation. The operation was oh, it was a transplant. For some reason I thought like, oh, an acorn, like after his father died, an acorn was found and just grew in the same location. I thought that would have been more whimsical, not gonna lie. The new tree was officially dedicated in a formal ceremony on December 4th. Club president Patsy Dudley announced that her group would henceforth take responsibility for maintenance of the tree's plot, which had fallen into disrepair during the vacancy. The new tree, trimmed back to 3 feet for transplantation, thrived in its new location. This tree is considered popularly, if not legally, to be the full heir of the original tree. Oh my god. Imagine they had sentience and this tree just became the chosen heir. Imagine all the other little saplings going like, dang it should have been me. I could have owned this property. Do you know how expensive property is now? This tree is independent. Independent, but can't really look after itself currently. Although the story of the tree that owns itself is more legend than history, the tree has become, along with the university arch and the double-barreled cannon, one of the most recognized and well-loved symbols of Athens. It is routinely featured in travel guides and other visitor information, and even garnered international recognition, such as publications through such publications as Ripley's Believe It or Not. Ripley's is great. Yeah, and then there's another tree in Alabama. There's another tree with almost identical legal rights in Eufaula, Alabama. In similar story, this oak tree was bestowed legal ownership to itself on April 9th with the inscription, "Only God can make a tree." Similarly, the tree fell in a storm in April 9th, 1961 and was replaced with another tree. Wasn't there also a cat? I think there was also a cat that owns itself. Oh no, it was like a lady who basically gave everything she had to her cat. What was it? Yeah, elderly woman leaves 2.8 million fortune to pets and not her kid. An elderly woman has gotten the ultimate revenge on her selfish children after deciding to leave her 2.8 million fortune to her pets instead. When a tree owns more land than... Right? You know, a cat had a job as a library assistant. Have you seen the little, there's a cat, I know there's a, was it a cat in Japan who worked as like a station, like a transit station worker. I think he became like, didn't he become a manager? Like the cat rose up through the ranks. And then there was another cat that was always visiting this museum in Japan. And then eventually started bringing her girlfriend or his girlfriend, her boyfriend, something like that. And then they became like a whole symbol of not the cat museum. Was it the museum? Or was it a gallery? Maybe it was the museum. But it became like a whole... Yeah, this one! Japan's security guard's special bond with cat, because every morning he would shoo it out. Wait, we'll read this later. Was there actually a dog mayor? Mayor Max! Oh, I love you. You're so cute. Probably does a better job than humans anyway. His deputy mayors, Mitzi and Mikey, were his cousins. After his death, Mayor Max II was succeeded by his cousin Max III, who was sworn in on December 10th, 2022. Preceded by Max I. Max I, sorry, not Max. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, there was this one's like a lot sadder, but there was like the dog, the emotional support dog, I think, who helped guide people down from the Twin Towers during 9/11. I forgot her name. Was it Rosa? Oh, Salty and Roselle. Not Rosa. I was close. She guided like over 30 people down the stairs. Salty and Roselle were two guide dogs who were with their owners in the World Trade Center during the 9/11 attacks. They each guided their owners out of the burning towers before the buildings collapsed, feats which were later recognized when they were awarded the Dickens Medal by the British charity, the People's Dispensary for Sick Animals. Salty was trained as a guide dog in early 1998 by the Guiding Eyes for the Blind. Part of his training included taking trips on the New York subway and getting used to the traffic on the Bronx. Omar Rivera was introduced to Salty by Salty's instructor. When the attacks occurred, Salty and his owner, Rivera, found themselves on the 71st floor. Rivera was working at the headquarters in Tower 1. After refusing to leave Rivera's side, Salty and Rivera's supervisor, Donna Enright, led him to safety. And Roselle! She was moved to Santa Barbara, California to be raised by Kay and Ted. After this, she was returned to the Guide Dogs for the Blind so she could be trained as a guide dog. Rosella and her owner, Michael Hingson, first met November 22nd, 1999. She was Hingson's fifth guard dog. Roselle was asleep under her owner's desk on the 78th floor when the attack commenced. She was awakened by American Airlines Flight 11. Roselle calmly helped Hingson to Stairwell B despite the smoke, confusion, and noise. She led her owner and 30 other people down 1,463 steps out of the tower. After descending over half the distance, they passed the firemen who were heading up. The descent took just over an hour. Oh my god, like... There are... I actually don't know if it would have helped in this situation. But in some buildings, there are relief points. So usually it's within the stairwells. At least I think in where I live, I don't know if it applies everywhere, but I was told that there's a policy where all fire doors, like all stairwells, are protected by a fire door, which is why they always have to be kept shut, because they seal to keep the fires out, and they're fire graded so that the fire doesn't pass through those doors. So anytime you go into a stairwell, make sure the door is closed and you should be okay. But I don't know if it would happen in this situation, considering half the building was gone, or most of the building was gone. But in usually the stairwell, there are usually like relief zones. I don't remember if that's what those places are called. That people can generally wait there for rescue. Again, 9/11 was a different monster, but like people who have wheelchairs or whatever, they can stay inside that relief zone and wait for assistance. And like generally they should be okay for like regular building fires. Don't quote me on that, because regulations could be different depending on where you are and what building you're in. Just after they exited the tower 2 collapsed, sending debris flying. Hinkson later said, while everyone ran in a panic, Roselle remained totally focused on her job. While debris fell around us and even hit us, Roselle stayed calm. Once cleared, Roselle led her owner to the safety of a subway station where they helped a woman who had been blinded by falling debris. In 2004, Roselle was diagnosed with immune-mediated thrombocytopenia, but medication was able to control the condition. That's good. She continued living with Hinkson, who was assigned a new guide dog. Oh, stomach ulcer. Michael and Karen Hinkson subsequently set up Roselle's Dream Foundation, a charitable foundation to help raise money to help blind people engage more fully in everyday life. Oh, that's so cute. We don't deserve dogs. We really don't deserve pets in general. But it's also so funny whenever I read stories like that, or you see some pet owners online who are like, my dog would never. Head empty. Dog head empty. Japan's security guards special bond with a cat moves many. Museum honors felines in memory. My dog would be too scared. I know what I have. Just a little bit of self-awareness. Some dogs, some cats, some pets, they're too used to being the pampered ones. A special bond was formed between a museum security guard and a black cat that died last year, continues to move countless people online. I love black cats. If I got another cat, it would be a black cat. I just feel like I prefer black cats over any sort of like a white or orange. Maybe I just have like some soft spot because my first cat was a tuxedo. I can't even handle thunder. A special bond was formed. I already read the part. The feline called Ken-chan visited the Onomichi City Museum in Japan's Hiroshima Prefecture for the first time in 2017 during a special exhibition themed on cats. Aww. He tried to enter the museum but was gently stopped by the guard, Sadao Umayahara. He just wanted to visit the museum. Ken-chan used to wait patiently at the entrance to the museum before security guard Sadao Umayahara welcomed him inside. Instead of repelling Ken-chan, Umayahara patiently bent down to block its way. The cat also seemed to enjoy playing with Umayahara. Museum staff captured their interaction, and photographs of it attracted attention online. As a fixed-term guard for the museum, Umayahara only worked there 4 times a year during special exhibitions. Museum staff noticed that Ken-chan visited the museum mostly when Umayahara was on duty. Oh! The pair had a special bond, so much that Ken-chan would only visit the venue when Umayahara was on duty. Every time the feline turned up, staff would have their cameras at the ready to capture the pair's interaction. The such meeting between the two took place in April 18th last year. Ken-chan managed to make his way inside but stopped by himself after going a few meters. Umayahara then picked him up and took him to the restaurant area, ultimately winning their battle of wits. The employee who had watched this interaction for 7 years said the animal did not want to go to the museum but only wanted Umayahara to play with him. Ken-chan stopped visiting the museum in July last year and rarely went outside due to illness. Despite extensive treatment, the friendly feline died in September. The museum announced his death on behalf of the owner on November 11th, the day when Ken-chan was adopted. Umayahara, who only kept a dog as a pet, said Ken-chan was the only cat that was close to him. He said he was grateful for his feline friend. I feel like he is still coming from around that corner. The museum has released a 2026 calendar in memory of Ken-chan, filling it with photographs of sweet memories with Umayahara. The calendar ends with a picture of Ken-chan standing in front of the restaurant wearing a bow tie. Aww. I kind of have... I think I have something in my throat. I'm pretty sure Ken-chan also brought... I think I saw an image that Ken-chan also brought his friend along. I think at one point. Yeah! This one! And then look! And then they also have little tote bags. Let me in! No, no. That's so cute. I spelled that so wrong. I thought I saw... Oh no, I think these ones are statues. Farewell, Ken-chan. You're dearly loved. Elderly woman leaves 2.8 million fortune to pets and not her kids. Her reason is heartbreaking. An official says Liu can still change her mind and will if she ever patches things up with her children. An elderly woman from China has decided to leave her entire inheritance to her cats and not her children. Because she was angry her children never visited her even when she was sick. Oh, I mean... According to her, her children never even tried to contact her, therefore she transferred about $2.8 million. Okay, but is this like 2.8 million yuan? Because if it's 2.8 million yuan... How much is that? Divided by 5. Okay, that's still a substantial amount. It's like $500,000 to her cat. At least I think that this is what it is in like the Canadian currency. It's probably more. Actually, I don't know how conversions work. Okay, yeah, it's less than USD. I mean, it's still a substantial amount to leave to her pet. Okay, hold on. Tree that owns itself in Alabama. Why are we watching this? Because we are learning about random things. Oh, the tree that owns itself in Alabama was deeded to itself by the mayor of... Okay. Oh, much shorter article. Okay. Okay, another thing I found interesting this week, these last 2 weeks, I don't remember, is the murder stones. I didn't realize murder stones were a thing. They're like legally recognized structures now. Like they're actually listed structures in the UK. Apparently, in the past, whenever there was a murder, they would just like put a little stone there. This one says William Wood. Something Derbyshire, something murdered, July 16th, something AD, something. But apparently these stones are there to like, most popular during the 1820s, being erected at the site of famous murders, mostly to commemorate the life of a victim or to warn of the consequences. Well, at least one warns women to take more care in avoiding becoming a victim. Yeah, it's not like women are out there going like, oh, I want to be a victim, you know? Women are doing their best. We don't need your warning to go like, hey, don't be a victim. It's like, we're trying not to be one. Murder stones are engraved stone monuments placed at or nearby the scene of a murder, often where crimes had caused particular shock or outrage within a community. The majority of stones known today were erected within a 100-year period. One stone, a rough cut boulder with a simple inscription, "Murder," placed near Ardwell in Scotland, is traditionally dated to 1551 and is associated with the murder of the Laird of Castle Clanyard by a member of the Clan McCulloch, though historians believe that it is too of the 19th century origin. Remind you of ghost bikers where bicyclists got killed in a car accident and the families leave their bike by painting all... Oh, is that actually a thing? Wait, that's so cool. Oh, that's actually so cool. The installation typically does not proceed until the victim's family has given approval out of respect for them and the person who died. Oh, that's so cool. A cyclist was struck here. Ghostbikes.org. Wait, is there... .org. No? Is that not a... Oh, is that not a website anymore? Oh well. Although the ghost bikes were put in place as memorials, there are those who do not agree with them or their message. One objection is that setting them in or beside the road may impede road maintenance. However, as long as they do not obstruct the road or obscure road signs, the bicycles are not usually removed. That's actually really, really cool. The Ride of Silence is an annual multi-locational international bicycle ride to commemorate cyclists killed and support those injured while riding on public roads. Helps to raise awareness among motorcycle motorists, the public, and decision makers of the dangers cyclists face. The third Wednesday in May. Alright guys, if you guys ride bikes, I don't own a bike. But if you guys do, the third Wednesday in May. Another stone dated 1817 lays part of the blame with the female victim for having incautiously repaired to a scene of amusement without proper protection. Yeah, and what's that proper protection? A man? Probably a man was probably who killed her. Proper protection. The Stonex Doxton is said to have been placed to face the house of the chief suspect in the crime, who was not brought to justice, and warned, although the savage murderer escaped for a season, the detection of man, yet God hath set his mark upon him, either for time or eternity, and the cry of blood will assuredly pursue him to certain and terrible righteous judgment. One in Akbar simply carries the date of the killing and the words, "Do no murder." Yes. Oh, the "Do no murder" stone was demolished. Speaking of the whole like women carrying protection thing, I think I told you guys about like the hat pins, the women's hat pins. Where like they were banned from using them because they ended up using them as weapons. So these people are out here going like, women need to carry protection, but then the moment we use any sort of protection, they were like, no! Banned! Women armed with favorite weapons. Oh my god. Things women use as weapons. Wait, I can't see. I can't read that. Okay, hold up. I need to get real close to read that. Broom. Table knives of all kinds. Plates and dishes. Forks, ducks, nursing something. What is that? Well, just from the image, a lamp, a kitten. Woman has pet weapons. Hi, have you guys met my pet? It's my pet knife. I call her Rebecca. Wait, I really want to read this article. I use a mace, not mace. Wait, can I? Sir? Diagram showing relative popularity of women's weapons. Broom handle, 186. Knives, 102. Stove lid lifters, 79. Rolling pins, 76. Plates, 72. Hat pins, 55. Hairbrushes, 48. Mops, 55. Revolver, 31. Flat iron, 19. Curling irons, 12. Umbrellas, 11. Slippers, 9. Shears, 8. Forks, 6. Books, 4. Potato masher, 3. Riding whip. Is that? I can't read that number. Is that also a 3? A 2? Lamps, 1. Nursing bottle, 1. Listen, if you're gonna attack a woman while she's in the middle of nursing, you deserve to be walloped. Oh, let me move out of the way. Actually, hold on. I'll move out of your way so you can read this diagram. Where's the flip-flop? Did they have flip-flops back then? They probably have like house slipper. Oh my god. Oh, wait, I don't think I can read this. Can I zoom this in? Oh no, it's a lot clearer than the other one, but I can't read. Hold on. Woman has pet weapons. Grabs first thing that comes to hand to hit man. To hit man. Prefers a broom. Police records show that her favorite was knives second. Quick and effective. Women's many weapons. Oh my god, this queen with her nursing bottle. Amazing. Oh shit, this is diva with her umbrella though. I think that's an umbrella. First weapon at hand. Well, duh. If someone's gonna attack me, I'm gonna use the first thing I can get my hands on. Oh, look at this. Look at this this propaganda. It says right here, hysteria, not bravery. Like, okay, what? Used for whips. I mean, in the streets. Oh, it's called Women on the Warpath. Okay, let's read this. Chicago police records document women's weapon of choice. Hot coffee is thrown in teacup hand grenades. That's awesome. This is the header image in the full-page Sunday story on women and how the Chicago police records document women's weapon of choice. The article is decidedly anti-female and casts women as taking advantage of unarmed men. Okay. It has long been acknowledged by men in all walks of life that a woman is a physical antagonist is more to be feared than a man. In this fear, there is a certain deep-seated recognition in that the man, that in such a contest he has a certain handicap of conventionality that he cannot strike out as he would were his assailant a man. A Chicago woman on the warpath cannot be granted those little gallant considerations that an unarmed man in for a trouncing might ordinarily be disposed to give her. As shown by police records of a year in Chicago, her life is circumscribed by a veritable arsenal of her own. Yeah, an arsenal. And the first thing is a broom handle. They used to commit women to the asylum. Yeah, they would be like, you have hysteria. Locked up. Real scary. These men, they can't handle women with weapons. That nursing bottle, ooh-wee. The article details how each weapon might be used on unsuspecting men. Should I be taking notes? Mop sticks are used, brush and... See, listen, if a woman was trying to damage someone, would they really use the brush end? I don't know, wouldn't the stick end cause more damage? They are humiliating agents rather than dangerous ones. The sloshing slop of a floor cloth soaked in... I mean, I guess you get better leverage that way. In sturdy suds has always been regarded as worse than falling into the south branch of the Chicago River before the Bear Trap Dam was raised. If a man is not knocked out of his eyes and mouth are too full of suds for anything else to interest him, unable to see and unable to talk, his only recourse is to roll down the back steps and to feel for the alley gate. Okay, well, leave. If being hit by a mob is worse than falling into the river, I mean... And if you were attacking me, and you wanted to wait for me to find a river to shove you in, I mean, sure. Men struck with a rolling pin have described the sensation as like the blow of a trip hammer followed by the milky ways of letting go of cosmos and spilling down in fiery showers upon the world. Then a long, black, silent blank succeeds, then numbed consciousness and the smell of camphor and arnica. That's actually really poetic. You're saying that people don't want to feel the sensation of the Milky Way letting go of the cosmos and then spilling down in fiery showers? That's probably where the whole seeing stars thing came from, isn't it? Like, this is a really fancy way of, oh no, if you get hit by a rolling pin, you start seeing stars! Whether lighted or not, the lamp is one of the ugliest of domestic missiles, and its target smells bad for a long time. In 9 cases out of 10 in the police record of the country, the woman throws it at her husband. I love that it is capitalized. That's its importance. Throws it at her husband in hopes of collecting both the life and the fire insurance policies. Okay, that's crazy. While the Chicago Tribune cast men as the victims, more news stories of the era cast women as heroic defenders. This was especially true in public settings where mashers might try to harass or take advantage of an unescorted woman. Outside the home, the weapon of choice was the hat pin. It also doubled as a popular fashion accessory. That's great. That's anti-men indeed. What is this? The People's Graphic Design Archive. Crowdsourced virtual archive that aims to expand, diversify, and preserve graphic design history. Includes finished products, process, correspondence, oral histories, articles, and other materials in the form of images, documents, videos, audio, as well as links to other relevant archive and websites. Oh, that's really cool! Hey, isn't this the... I feel like I know this image, but the one I know of is Sharaku? Yeah, this image! Oh, it's a recreate. That's kind of cool. Hey, Bella! Ooh, the Marvel 1990s trading card style poster. Captain America, Spider-Man, Hulk, Daredevil, Nick Fury, The Thing, Professor X, Cyclops, Marvel Girl. I actually don't know who Marvel Girl is. Wolverine, Phoenix, I don't know, Power Man, Dazzler, Dagger. Okay, I don't know these ones. I don't really know my X-Men. Worked hard. Now we're just having fun learning about certain things. Leonard Cohen's Songs of Love and Hate cover art. Oh my god, Looney Tunes! Marvel Girl was Jean Grey's alter. I think I know who Jean Grey is. I definitely heard that name before. Was Jean Grey like Cyclops' girlfriend or something? It's a Phoenix, yes. Okay. See, I know some things, just not a lot of things. Cyclops and Jean Grey have a complex relationship, sometimes competing with Wolverine for her attention. Her backstory is really messed up. Omega level mutant. I love comic books. They're like, after she died the second time. Often listed as one of the most notable and powerful female characters in Marvel Comics. Is there a story here? Okay, biography. Mentally linked with her friend and nearly died as well. left her comatose and was brought back to consciousness when her parents sought the help of a powerful mutant, Charles Xavier. Blocked her telepathy until she was old enough to control it. Marvel Girl, the team's sole female member. Xavier removed her mental blocks and she was able to use and control her telepathic powers. Cyclops. Fatal levels of radiation. Calls out for help is answered by the cosmic entity, the Phoenix Force. The Phoenix Force, the sum of all life in the universe, takes on the form of a duplicate body to host Jean's psyche. The duplicate is so exact that the Phoenix Force believes itself to be Jean Grey and places her dying body in a healing cocoon. The Phoenix Force sinks to the bottom of the bay unnoticed. Continues her life at Jean Grey with other X-Men, joining them on missions and even helping save the universe. During the Dark Phoenix saga, Phoenix becomes overwhelmed and corrupted by her first taste of evil and transforms into a force of total destruction called Dark Phoenix. However, Jean's Mr. Sinister. Oh, I love. I just believed that she was reunited. Dang, Cyclops is just Cyclops, poor thing. Emma was in love with Scott. Scott and Emma never had a physical affair, and that Emma had to an extent taken advantage of Scott to seduce him. Jean dies. This is like the third time I'm seeing that she's like dying or something. Using the abilities of the Phoenix Force to delete Subline and eliminate the dystopic future by reaching back in time and telling Cyclops to move on. This leads him to accept Emma's love and her offer to run the school together. Jean then reconciles with Cyclops and fully bonds with the same higher plane of existence called the White Hot Room. Is Mr. Sinister an Ikemen? He kind of looks like Bizarro. Yeah, he kind of looks like Bizarro. Corporate would like you to find the difference between these two. I wouldn't call him an Ikemen. Looney Tunes Merry Melodies. Adults 50 cents, children 25 cents, babes in arms fit free. I love Looney Tunes. She's a phoenix, and like a phoenix, she goes through death and rebirth many times. I feel like that's gotta damage your psyche somehow, right? Oh look, Death Note cover, volume 4. Aretha Franklin. That Crabtree and Evelyn logo type. Malcolm X. I feel like Yuko would not think that Mr. Sinister is an Ikemen. Korean karaoke room art. Oh, that's actually kind of... Oh, it's had a dog. That's so cute. The fact that it has a dog there is kind of cool. I saw that Verity Pennyworth finally debuted in the Batman comics. Verity Pennyworth. What a queen! DC confirms there's always been a secret team working for Batman. There always is. Oh my god. Look at her! I love her. I love her. She already looks really badass. But also these little panels with Alfred and the fact that Damien smiling like that. Oh my god. Look at that. She looks so good in this image. Oh my god. Verity, the woman that you are. Mr. Wayne and Master Wayne, my papers from the Society of the Midnight Key, qualifications, service and training records, and letter of commission. I believe you'll find everything in order and in accordance with my great uncle's wishes for your continuity of care. My name is Verity Pennyworth. Your new what's that? Majordomo? Head servant. Do I know about the story of Batman's creator, the IP right? No, I don't. I had like an English teacher though who was like a comic book nerd. And he had us watching an entire documentary on like the boom of the comics. Particularly during the wars. When it was seen as like a symbol. Like it was a symbol of hope for so many people. Was it this one? Was it the creation of Superman? I remember I watched it in high school. Look at him.
Welcome to Valhalla A.
Nope, definitely not. Batman may not kill, but that's his rule, not mine. Yes. I mean, Batman killed once, right? He killed the... No. He didn't kill Joker. I think it was like Dick who killed Joker, if I remember correctly. Oh my god, Angel Beats! Holy cow! Oh my god. I had no idea what I was watching when I watched Angel Beats when I was a kid. All I know is that the music was slapped. Because over here, it says, set in a limbo type of world in which people must do certain tasks in order to be reincarnated. The one episode, no, I wouldn't say it's the only episode. One of the episodes that I remember, one of like 2 or 3 of the episodes, was the one where I think her name, I don't remember her name. Tachibana was like the angel, I think. Yeah, this one, not her. Makoto? No. Her, whoever the one with the guitar is. Who's the chick with the guitar? Yui. Where all Yui wanted to do was play music, I think. Was it Yui? Yuzuru. Kanade, Hideki Hinata. I don't know. Yui. Nope, not this one. Who was the girl who sang? Hold on. Where's the episode list? Wait, Lisa? What was it? Her list of wishes: executing a German suplex. Am I dreaming? I'm pretty sure there was the episode. Episode 3? Wait, it happens that early on? Yes, my song. Please ballad. After the song, she disappears from the afterlife. Yes. My song. I listened to my song so much when I was growing up. Did I remember anything? Not really, but I do remember. You know those like YouTube AMVs where, you know, they would just take a song. I remember Simple Plan. This song saved my life. They did an AMV with Iwasawa playing my song. I was like, oh my god, this fits. Do I remember which one it was? Oops. AMVs and MEPs. Right here! Angel Beats, this song saved my life. I remember watching this. Honestly, growing up, I didn't really like Nightcore. I wasn't a huge Nightcore fan, I think, so. And because all the music was licensed, it was so hard to actually find music before like Vivo and like artists had their own YouTube channels and stuff. So the only way you would be able to listen to full songs somehow, in a lot of ways, at least for me, was actually finding it being played in an AMV or an MEP. You tried to make some? That's so cool. Okay, I can't play that. Oh well. Whatever. There's also that one. What are some really popular AMVs? There was the This Is Halloween. I feel like This Is Halloween. You can't go without seeing This Is Halloween. The Soul Eater one. This one, okay, this is still iconic. The Soul Eater, This Is Halloween AMV is still iconic. It works so well. 2 Bleach ones, that's cool. There's also, what other one was there? Oh, Angel with a Shotgun. You could not pry Angel with a Shotgun from my cold, dead paws. Oh my god, this Angel with a Shotgun, you could not avoid this. However, I did not listen to the Nightcore version, but I knew of it. I also listened to so many Avril Lavigne AMVs and stuff. Those were the good old days. Embrace the cringe, okay? All Quiet on the Western Front. Isn't this the SpongeBob font? You never liked AMVs, but that's because you didn't. To be honest, I never really watched the AMVs. I clicked on the AMV so I could listen to the music. And they made it so easy, you know? Because if it's Nightcore, it's Nightcore. Back then there was like, what is clickbait? You know? Back then you got what you basically clicked on. But then nowadays you'll have to find like Angel with a Shotgun TikTok version. What does that mean? This is the first Pokemon anime series opening called Aim to be a Pokemon Master. Is that actually what it's called? The iconic glowy title design effect was used a lot later in new anime. Is that really what it was called? I'm definitely that type of person who doesn't know what songs are called. I just know of them. The lesbian Avengers are coming to make the world safe. Oh my god. I shop, therefore I am. Oh hey, DK. Which is also why you dislike button talk. I'm sure there's like some interesting TikTok stuff. I just never really. I'll stick to my reposts onto Instagram. I think the only people I do have like I did make like a personal TikTok once, and the only people I ended up following were like friends and like 2 different creators. I followed the Dandelion girl, Lakenzo. I love her. She and Serena Neal, I follow those 2. Those 2 are like the definition of like free will. They're like, yeah, I have the money, I have the resources, I might as well do this. And I love that for them. You know, it's like the whole, I'm not breaking the rules, so why not? My beloved Heipago. is a Chinese herbal syrup that's been around for more than 100 years, originating from Beijing in the Qing Dynasty to treat cough, phlegm, and lungs. The recipe hasn't changed since it was conceived. It's an iconic staple. It is. I love pepako. I know some people don't like it because they don't expect the taste, but the moment you get used to the taste, it's so good. I used to dilute it in water, but now I just take it straight. It's like molasses, but like not... I don't know. I guess I never really liked molasses, but I like this. I love it. Wasn't expecting to see it here. But I mean, I guess it is an iconic looking... And a white rabbit. Okay, this might be a little bit of a hot take, but white rabbits are... they're okay. They're okay. I'll eat them, but I just find that I prefer softer milk candies. I feel like white rabbits themselves are a little bit too... like... hard? I know they soften. They're so good. I like them when they're softer. So like once the white rabbit gets softer, then I'm okay with it. But like putting it in my mouth, it feels just like hard candy. There are some other like milk candies that start off already pretty soft. Like the one with the cow on it. Which one? Like, I can't deny that White Rabbit is iconic. Oh my god. My friend got this for her mom for Christmas. The perfect man, the hot chocolate bomb. He puts the hot in hot chocolate. It's so funny. Oh, I think it was... No, it wasn't this one. Is it Chinese, Japanese, Korean? Oh, maybe it's this one. This one's pretty soft. But I like my gummies and everything, so... I don't think it's any of this, but... I mean, I still have a bag of White Rabbit candy that's been in my drawer since last year. I just don't really reach for it. It's still really iconic though. Like I see people making merch of it, like fan merch, like the White Rabbit claw clips and everything. And I think that's awesome. Okay. Speed Hump, Karate Kid, Cheap Thrills. Wait, this is the Pringles logo? Why does he look so... mime? Oh, they got rid of his whimsical little blush. And they got rid of his eyebrows. Holy. They waxed his brows and got rid of his blush. What does the Pringles logo look like now? They got rid of his head altogether. Looking at the old logo, do you think it's cool too? Yeah, it's the older one. This one's from 67 to 86. This one is from 86 to 96. This one is 96 to 02, and this one's 02 to 09. like this. I think I like this one. I think this is the one where I'm used to the most. But this one, I can see him dressed up as a little mime. The Pink Locker Society, only girls allowed. Oh my god, the Pogs! Wait. To be honest, I don't even know what the Pogs were. I don't even know what the Pogs were. I think everyone just collected them for the images, right? Apparently you can actually play them, but the Pogs, the weird discs from the 90s, have a super legitimate collector's market. Man, I got rid of all mine. To be fair, I only had like 5, but for all I know, they could have been like the 5 most popular ones. Artwork from the 90s, Blockbuster Jurassic also required a blockbuster budget. $1 million! But this is for like all 6. You stack them up and the person who knocks the tower over by smashing them onto the tower wins it all. Is that so? Stussy. Price at $200. This Pog goes for more than its products. 10-piece Marilyn Monroe. Y'all, I'm gonna start making these as merch. I'm gonna start making these as merch. I'm gonna start pricing them. Beatles and 95. At brass. Okay, I'm surprised there weren't more injuries with like kids slamming these into things. Jurassic Park set 20k. Oh, that's so annoying. This article isn't ranked in order. Super Nintendo with 22 caps. Pogs, the official. It was an official game. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but I'm kind of surprised. Used to have a great slammer. Like, you would win a lot, or 115 Pogs. Holy, how many designs of Pogs are there? The Pog custom. See, the custom milk cap maker. I could totally make this. The Pocahontas. Glow in the dark 100 Pog Dragon Ball Z complete set. Godzilla. Garfield and Friends. Mighty Morphin. Pokemon jumpers. You stack them, then hit them with your slammer, and the ones that flip, you get to keep. And you restack, and then the next person goes. Oh. Barbie! Oh my god, the World Pog Federation is insane. The hobby box limited to only 5,100 serial numbered boxes. The Pog revival starts here. The authentic Pog hobby box. Extremely rare. Oh my god, they have a freaking... for how rare it is. This is insane. What rarity makes this go on? About Pog, let's actually read up on the island of Hawaii. Oh, is that what it is? In those days, as everywhere else in America, Pog drink caps were delivered in milk models at people's stores. Hawaii's kids had the idea of upcycling their milk caps by collecting them and inventing a caps game. They would remove the cardboard disc printed in the dairy's colors from the milk caps, first to collect milk caps, then to play milk caps game. The gameplay was exactly the same, throwing the metal milk caps as a milk caps pog slammer into the stake to win them. Pogman. You forgot about Pogs? I actually never forgot about Pogs. They've always been in the back of my mind because I thought they were really cool. I just never collected them. Smurfs? But I always thought they were really cool. I would have collected if they were here now, like if they happened anytime now. I don't know if I would be collecting them, but I would definitely be looking at all the designs. Pog is all grown up. Yeah, because everyone who used to play with Pogs is all grown up. But your cousin still has some of your old Pogs? Let me... They have Batman Forever glow in the dark Pogs. Oops, wrong image. This one. Casper. You can find like almost anything on eBay, it's insane. I remember the silly bands craze. I think once Pogs moved on, I think a lot of kids moved on to silly bands. I remember this craze. It was insane. They're basically elastic bands that were shaped like little things. I 100% had a couple of these. Because you, like, eventually you were able to get them anywhere, like the dollar store, everywhere. And, you know, the knockoff ones or whatever. My parents 100% just used them as regular elastic bands. Your elementary school banned silly bands because of how popular they were. Then it started at black. That's insane. You know what? You can't. Like kids will always find something, right? I don't remember what was after silly bands, but there was definitely the fidget spinners. But yeah, I remember eventually I grew disillusioned. I only had a few of them, but eventually I got disillusioned with them. And I also started using them as just elastic bands. Right, and then you had like the multicolored ones, like the ones that were like tie-dyed and stuff. Some of these stuff is like you can't even tell what it's supposed to be. That's clearly a monkey. Like, okay. Like, what the heck is this one supposed to be? This is a foot? What is this, a femur? Like, don't even play with me. Some of this stuff, it's like, eventually, like, oh, it's a Marvel Universe. See, if I didn't read that this is Marvel Universe, I would not have been able to tell what this was. But now that I know it's Marvel, I can kind of tell that this is Thor just because of the hammer. This one's Spidey. This one's Captain America just because of the shield. This one's probably the Hulk because it's green. This one is Iron Man because it's red. I don't know who the frick this is supposed to be. Loki? Because it looks like there are two horns. I guess there is a bit of whimsy to them, though. Wait, there was a DS game? The heck? Wait. Nani? What's the gameplay? Where players use colorful bands to capture and eliminate obstacles on various levels. Okay. That's insane. I did not know. You know what? I shouldn't have even been surprised. Silly putty! Oh my god, you're so right. You're so right about the silly putty and those stupid little eggs. You know what? What goes around comes around, because now people are playing with like slime and like squishies and stuff. I think I've ever owned one, and it was inside like a goodie bag, I think. These things were also so small. I remember when I got my first ever silly putty and I opened it, it was like the smallest thing. There was like barely enough for me to play with. Wowaka. Oh my goodness, I need to stop yawning. Ooh, Rainbow Loom. Micro Machines? Oh, I've never played with these, but I feel like Micro Machines gives off the same energy as the mini brands. Like, if you want some sort of nostalgia from mini machines, might I present to you mini brands, where you can get little mini versions of Tabasco, or ramen, or burger. All right, have a good night, Siri. Thanks for being here. Have a good sleep. The Gold Rush. Honestly, I would collect these if, you know, I had the room and the whimsy for it. But at this point in my life, I don't need a lot of little plastic pieces that I have nothing to do with. What the heck, mini Tabasco? Yeah, they're actually really cute. Like my sister, my brother, they have a couple, and I think they're adorable. Micro Machines reminds you of Kinder Surprise eggs when they were a thing. They're still a thing. They're still a thing. Mini brands. See, look, you can get chocolate syrup, Hellmann's, Dum Dums. Like, obviously none of this is real. It's all plastic, but it's really cool. But yes, I feel like the silly bands led to Rainbow Loom is what I was gonna say before I got distracted by mini brands. Like, you know how everything's cuter when it's small? Are they actually, you thought they got... No, well, I'm Canadian. I think they're only banned in America, from what I heard. But I feel like the last time I went to America, I also saw some. Yeah, Kinder Surprise eggs are banned from the US. But they sell them here in Canada. Oops, I spelled Canada wrong. Yeah, they're legal and, well, popular is a questionable word, but people like you would eat the toy. To even read that second part. Please don't eat the toy. Should have bought them in your time when you were in Canada for your labor. What a misstep. Yeah. Oh well, now you know. Next time you're in Canada, have a look out for Kinder Surprises. Did you know that Kinder Surprises and Nutella are made by the same like parent company? And even if you don't do Kinder Surprises, I think you can get other chocolates made by Kinder, like the Bueno. Kinder Bueno. You could dream of eating the toy? Oh no. My friend went to Ireland and she got the Kinder Hippos. Yeah, the Happy Hippos. These ones are so good. She brought them back to Canada from Ireland. Oh my god, I feel like I could have eaten so many. All the stuff inside the fur. Alright, is Ferrero Rocher under the same company umbrella? But these things were so good. Happy Hippos in Canada, when? Oh my god, I'm actually hungry for chocolate. I ripped the packaging! No! Oh well. Oh. Ferrero owns Kinder and Nutella. I feel like I heard that. So anytime I eat a spoonful of Nutella, I just remind myself that at least I'm not spending like $12 on a box of Nutella. I mean, Ferrero Rocher. Rocher? I wonder what's in a Wonder Ball? Is that a thing? I like my chocolates nice and simple. It feels like Kinder, is it? Oh! Are these also banned in the States? You got me with the collectible sticker. An urban legend circulated that the product was discontinued in 2007 because a child choked and died, but there has been no confirmation that the discontinuation was due to choking allegations. Oreos change the candy inside of... Oh! Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. I liked Cracker Jacks growing up. It also came with like a little sticker or a little toy. I think you can still get Cracker Jacks in select stores. Like, I've been to a few candy shops, like the ye old candy shops. And they had Cracker Jacks. I don't think I ever got one with a toy though. I feel like I always got it with the stickers. Get those from the... Yeah! Yeah, see, I feel like I always just got them with the sticker, never with an actual toy. Wasn't there a cracker? Oh, was it a comic and not a sticker? Double Bubble. Do you guys remember these? The Double Bubble funnies? Alright, good night, Sire. Stop feeding our bubblegum to animals! Your Double Bubble fun fact: fingernails grow 4 times faster than toenails. Go get the paper, Pep. Good boy. Now go write my 12 page history paper. Go, boy. Lobsters have blue blood. Technically, humans also have blue blood. It's just the reaction with oxygen that turns it red, isn't it? Great. Playing catch with a girl. Can you show me how you throw so hard? There are more than 2,700 languages in the world. Good old Double Bubble. They still sell it with the comics. You were about to say that fun fact. Beat you to it. Double Bubble. I always got Double Bubble and Hubba Bubba mixed up. The story of Double Bubble doesn't start with a candy maker, but with the Fleer Chewing Gum Company in Philadelphia. Founded in 1885, Fleer had been trying for decades to create a chewable bubble-making gum. Their first attempt, Blibber Blubber, was an absolute disaster. It was far too sticky, and when a bubble popped, it left a messy residue that was incredibly difficult to remove. The company had all but given up on the dream. The project was shelved, collecting dust in the company's memory, until a 23-year-old cost accountant with a curious mind decided to tinker with the old formula in his spare time. His name? Walter E. Diemer. He wasn't a chemist. He didn't have a background in confectionery. What he did have was curiosity and the willingness to experiment. He knew nothing about gum chemistry, which, as it turns out, was his greatest advantage. Zebra stripes gum? No. Oops. I should probably specify. Fruit stripes? These ones? I never had this. But something similar that I did have was this. The Ouch. Bubble gums. Which is, I think, similar because it came like this. And then once you open it, it kind of looked like this. Oh, tattoos inside. That's cool. Collect them and wear them. No, I had these. These. When Diemer was ready to add dye to his first large-scale test batch, he looked around the factory. The only food coloring readily available was a faint red dye, which, when mixed into the dull gray gum base, produced a vibrant pink. The most iconic color in the gum world exists simply because it was the only option on the shelf that day. That simple, practical choice would go on to define the look of bubblegum for generations. Cute. Pud and the comic strips. Fleer introduced another genius marketing move that would become as famous as the gum itself, the Fleer Funnies. They were small comic strips wrapped around each piece of gum. They featured a cast of characters, most famously Pud and his pals, in a series of short, humorous adventures. These comics became a cultural touchstone. Kids collected them, traded them, and read them religiously. It added a layer of entertainment and value to the product, making each purchase an experience. The comics have been updated over the years, but remain a beloved part of the Double Bubble tradition. The inventor never got royalties. He remained a loyal company man, eventually rising to senior vice president before retiring. Okay, I mean, at least he got that, but like, man, that sucks. When Diemer passed away in 1998 at the age of 93, his family and friends honored his legacy in a unique way. They reportedly passed out pieces of a double bubble gum at his funeral. That's so cute. I think bubblegum is a good place to end for today. I need to fold my laundry. It's been sitting on in a basket for like the past day or so. I'm gonna go fold the laundry. So I think this is a good place to end. If I find any more interesting Wikipedia pages or anything other stuff that I want to look up, we'll do another stream. Maybe not for a while, but we'll do another stream. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for sitting with me as I trawl through the internet. That was fun. Have a good rest of your day, good rest of your night. Bye bye!